What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video. And today, I never was one of the people who was like, yo, Vlad 12, Adam 12, all these interviewers, these platforms, they the police, they the da-da-da-da-da. But we know definitely after this video that them folks do watch. So you got to watch what you say. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video.
Ain't lie, I am never shocked by people's ability to go on public platforms and tell on themselves. They just volunteer any and all information to whoever asks that has clout. And honestly, I would say that this is terrible because people keep doing it, but the people that keep doing it are real life criminals. So I can't even take the stance that this is a bad thing. Now, what are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about this guy who goes by the name Unlocked, real name Idris Quibba, right? And this guy is like an internet social media page takedown expert, right? And he recently went on No Jumper and he did an interview where he claimed he was making millions of dollars off of celebrities, influencers, dealers, rappers, you name it. He said he was making millions of dollars off of these people, essentially running them through a ban unban process on social media. Now, what does that mean? Well, this dude had a couple of different schemes running. One of them was he would take people's account from them, delete it, force them to pay him to get the accounts back. He would get their personal information. He would post it online unless they pay ransoms to him. He even went as far as to real life threaten people. He told them that he would shoot them. He told them he would beat them up. What we're talking about is this guy running what could only be described as an extortion racket. And he was running it successfully. Now, I don't know what possessed this guy to decide to go on No Jumper with his face on camera and all and tell people all about how he was doing this, telling them how they could
But I ain't gonna cap though, right? This is a different type of crime because I don't understand why anybody would want to work with you or anybody would want you. Well, I mean, if they crooked too, yeah, but nobody who's doing good business and real business is gonna want you anywhere near them. And you're not a rapper, so I don't understand why you even own No Jumper. How did he even get on here?
Contact him. I mean, just giving him the play-by-play on everything and self-incriminating himself the whole way. Now, this interview came out about 6 months ago, but news just broke that this man has...
This nigga only got 10,000 views. Bro, you just set yourself up and sent yourself to federal prison for 10,000 views. And you don't know how many times that was the feds rewatching this. These niggas be stupid, bro.
Actually been arrested by the FBI in Las Vegas for this scheme. So let's take a look at that No Jumper interview and what exactly he said.
I don't want to like name drop whatever, you know, like I sent you guys ahead of time screenshots and proof of that, but I don't want to, like, I won't name drop and say who or what, but
yeah,
like
you showed me a bunch of people who I have interviewed in the last year, let's just say, who were buying fake followers, getting their enemies banned, getting their accounts back, which is obviously that's kind of like the more common thing, and
paying monthly, paying for me to delete their address off of my story. And we're just within those screenshots, there's over $150,000 right there between three people.
But when you say paying to get their address deleted off my story, what are you doing? Why are you in the business of extorting people like that, like airing out their privacy and then trying to demand a ransom? That's what you're talking about?
So when you look at it on the surface, 100% what you said is right and sounds right. Correct. So it's like for us, when somebody comes to us and they end up in the situation where they're paying us monthly for their account back, right? For me, I have a couple options. It's like I can sit there and keep deleting their account, doing this, that, whatever, and then it's like what's the most valuable thing to you is where you live. What's the most private thing? You're a trapper. You know what I mean? Like you sell.
Right.
End of the day, as much as anybody that's going to watch this is going to hate to hear it, this, that, or the other.
So what he's talking about in that specific part of this interview is he's basically saying that what he would do is he would get people who are trapping, right? He would get their personal.
They don't know who you are. They probably don't know who you are. Let me say that. They probably don't know who you are. Then you go on this interview, air out yourself, putting your face everywhere. First of all, The drug game is a dirty game. Them folks kill over way less than somebody extorting them, especially if they know who you are and they know where you at now. You tripping, dude. It's really not that hard to find somebody either.
Information, and then he would essentially threaten to post that up online unless they paid him a fee. But this dude had a bunch of schemes he was running. Like I said, he also talks about selling people fake followers. He talks about working with people to get their enemies' accounts taken down, working with the people who got their accounts taken down to get their accounts back. And he goes into great detail about this,
like,
so much so that you heard him say that he showed Adam 22 messages where he made $150,000 between 3 people doing this to him. But that isn't where this story ends, because he continues in this interview with the self-incrimination, going on to say that certain people, like influencers and stuff that he knows has regular large sums of money coming in, he'll just charge them monthly. So he'll employ these same kind of tactics against them, except for instead of charging them a one-time fee, he'll say, nah, this is gonna cost you $5,000-$10,000 a month ongoing. Make sure you send that to me and nothing will happen.
It's like, really, you know,
but I mean, what you're describing there though is like, which I think is going to make people think you're particularly sinister, is you're describing like having someone who doesn't owe you money, but then you decide that you want to get more money out of them, so you start airing out their private details. That's going to strike quite a few people, I think. Is that what you're describing?
No, they were already on a monthly plan.
Okay.
They stopped paying.
Oh, so it's people who do owe you money.
Yeah, it's just you stop paying. You know what I mean? Instead of you paying 10 grand a month, now I'm going to make you pay 50 and put you back to 15 grand a month. It's very simple. You know what I mean? If I don't post again on my social media ever again, ever, I'm going to wake up every month to $600,000. 622. Travis, how much am I allowed to ask? Travis, how much? 620. Can you check 620 what? I feel like I'm doing the feds and
what the fuck are you? Oh my goodness. I don't mean to cuss you too. Bro, why, what was the point of, and this is what I be saying with these criminals, they want to be known so bad, bro. You making $600,000 a month. The feds is already on you, and then you go on No Jumper and tell on yourself. And bro, and I don't understand, bro. And this is what they say, bro. They say on the scam game, the extortion game, it's really hard to get caught unless somebody tells on you. And you told on yourself. You deserve your downfall. This is crazy.
Police a favor. I'm giving them
with this interview?
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I haven't given them or anybody anything really that, you know, I gave you guys, you know, just enough to like give you an understanding of how that game works, you know.
You gave me enough that I definitely believe you.
I mean, I sent you screenshots and I sent you proof.
Of a bunch of people I know where I was like, you do this?
That's crazy. Going on No Jumper and claiming you're making $600,000 a month from extortion is crazy work. But he was right. He did give us just enough. And you know who else he gave just enough? The feds. Like I said, this interview was over 6 months ago. Since the day it dropped, the feds have been sitting in their office rubbing their hands together like Birdman, just collecting the evidence, because he was just arrested by the FBI in Las Vegas because of the things that he said in this No Jumper interview. And again, he was talking extremely reckless.
Instagram and vote, like, I'm gonna destroy your life in this, like, in every single way possible. Like, imagine like you're perma on jury duty. You're getting signed up for the army. Your phone, every phone number that you have is going you can't live anymore. You're gonna set up a payment plan, even if you can only pay fucking $20 a month. You're going to pay. You know, that's one of the few ways that I'll like give you a few examples without me like saying something that's going to put me in fucking prison.
Right.
You know, but
well, how much of a concern is that? Because it does strike me that a lot of what you're describing sounds illegal, but it also sounds like it would be difficult for the government to make a case about, since it would just be kind of hard to follow the tracks, right?
Everything I'm saying is just a story.
The level of self-awareness that doesn't exist in this interview is mind-blowing. I don't even know if it could be called a lack of self-awareness, because he seems to be aware that what he's talking about doing is illegal, and he seems to be aware that he's saying this stuff publicly. He just didn't care. This is what it looked like when you get money and you find out that didn't make you happy, so you start chasing something else, because according to him, he was making $600,000 a month. That wasn't good enough. No, he had to go get the no jumper clout. And this is different than a rapper getting up there and saying, you know, oh, I made a song about so-and-so that I went through, because rap is actually art, right? It can be considered art. What this dude is talking about is not art. This
confession. I've never seen nothing really like this. Like, bro, you have no reason to be on no jumper. You just want to be known, but you're gonna be known as a weird finesser. Like, it's not like a Bandman Kevo where you finessing the banks and you getting over on the people who getting over on regular people and you taking from them, you taking from the rich. No. You are sitting right here extorting people who live in a square lifestyle, who are doing what they supposed to do, chasing their dreams or whatever, and you sit right here taking their account and making them pay you $40,000-$50,000 a month? Bro, what's wrong with you, bro?
is just crime. And we've seen self-incriminating interviews before, but most of the time that's from people that committed a crime, was convicted of the crime, did their time, got out, and so now they can talk about it. This dude was actively running this scheme while he was on here talking about this, like in the present. And that ultimately is probably what led to his downfall, because this article right here says the FBI arrested a man in Las Vegas for allegedly extorting and threatening customers and Instagram influencers as part of an online business to block and unlock social media accounts. FBI agents arrested Idris Quiba on Monday as part of an investigation that began in April, records say. Now, keep that in mind. They started their investigation of April. He gave that no jumper interview in January. Yeah, so the investigation started after the no jumper interview. Quiba runs the website Unlocked for Life and uses the names Danny and Unlocked. Officials said that Quiba is a Moroccan national in the country legally, but is not a U.S. citizen. So not only was this dude doing this in America, but he wasn't even an American citizen, man. This is crazy. On multiple occasions through different means, Quiba has stated if he feels any law enforcement pressure or is arrested and makes bail, he will flee back to Morocco and live like a king, the FBI said.
No type of bail. And you're not a citizen, so they might what you call it, deport you anyways after you do your time.
They alleged that Quiba outlined an extortion scheme during a podcast in January where he also said that he makes $600,000 a month through his website Unlocked for Life. Oh, so the FBI officially name dropped No Jumper. And a lot of these podcasters pride themselves on, oh, my interviews have never been used to indict or incriminate anybody. Well, that all changes today. It says during the No Jumper podcast, Quiba described locking victims out of their social media accounts and then charging the victims to unlock the account. Quiba stated he profits by locking victims out of their social media accounts on Instagram and charges the victims to unlock the account. The FBI lists several alleged victims in court documents, including unnamed celebrities and influencers. In one case, a social media influencer inquired about purchasing a username from Quiba. When the influencer did not go through with the purchase, Quiba allegedly threatened the influencer, blocked him, and demanded $10,000 to unlock it. In another case, a businessman paid Quiba $25,000 for a unique Instagram handle. The businessman never received control of the handle, and Quiba demanded $100,000 instead. The man then started receiving threats to shoot or injure his family members and business partners. Yo, that's crazy. It also says earlier this month, a person took out a restraining order against Quiba for similar allegations. Quiba then allegedly sent text messages to the person, including the message, "Cute restraining order. Last I checked, you're still gonna Other allegations included threats and extortion that involved his Las Vegas landlord and a Beverly Hills dentist. He's also being charged with 2 federal counts of interstate communications. Bro has been detained and is currently pending trial, and based on what they were saying, it don't look like he's gonna get bond, because apparently he's bragged in the past that he would just leave the country. So bro is locked up, and it looked like that's where he's gonna stay at. But it all stemmed from that No Jumper interview that he gave. I'm curious to see if they're gonna play that interview in court. If they do, that would be wild. But
you know they're gonna play that interview in court, bro. That's crazy, dude. Chasing clout got you locked up. I don't know how much time he facing. To be honest, I don't even think it's gonna be that much time. He definitely not getting no life sentence, unless there's some truth to some of those threats he was saying. You feel me? So with that being said, man, y'all get in the comment box. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this video. Y'all tell me why do people who do crime chase clout so much? Like, they really want you to know what they're doing, how they're doing it, and how much money they're making. It's insane. It's insane. Maybe the days of the streets and being silent, well, they've been over, but it's definitely over now. So it's your boy Key checking out. I'm gone.